power to reshape the federal government. The question many are asking is it legal? And what Musk is doing, will it hold up in the courts? And what's Congress playing a role in this upheaval? Joining us now is Alex Bolton with The Hill. Alex, a lot of questions right now, but first one, is this legal, what's happening right now?
That's a question I asked Democrats who are very critical of these moves by Elon Musk, and I'm getting different answers here. Senator Elizabeth Warren in Massachusetts, who has challenged in particular Musk's access to the federal payment system, which basically is in charge of all federal payments, whether it's Social Security, Medicare, contractors, you name it. She says that Trump has broken the law. I'm sorry, she says that Elon Musk has broken the law. Other Democrats aren't so sure. Sheldon Whitehouse, Democrat from Rhode Island, former state attorney general, he's very upset about these moves, but whether it's an actual violation of law, he says that that's something that, Democrats are looking at right now. Others, Mark Warner, local Democrat from Virginia, says that whether this is a violation of the law or not, hard to say at this point, but clearly he feels that it's reckless and a violation of the spirit of the law, if not the law itself. And other Democrats are saying the same thing. Right now they don't have a whole lot of options. They're going to be pursuing litigation on a range of fronts. And I'm certain their legal teams will argue that Trump is violating the law, but just what law precisely is being violated here, either by Trump or Musk, that's something the Democrats are still researching.
During the Trump campaign for this election, Musk gave lots of money to Trump's campaign, and people were worried that with all that money comes with some power. And it seems to be playing out that way, that the money that he put into the campaign is now almost buying him a seat at the table where he's not elected and he hasn't been officially appointed to an actual government agency. What do you have to say about that?
Well, one of the things that President Trump did highlight earlier this week is that, Musk now has the status of being a special government employee. So now the question is whether he will be required to disclose his financial conflicts. And my guess is that he'll get around that, because to do that, to disclose those financial or potential financial conflicts publicly, you have to make over a certain income threshold. I think it's unlikely that he's going to actually take compensation for being a special government employee. Trump himself is not accepting the presidential salary. So, we'll just have to see what happens here. But right now, Musk he's been authorized by the president. And as Trump told reporters recently that, he is giving Musk authority to do what he's doing. So I think that's why it's a little bit difficult for Democrats to claim that he's violating the law necessarily, if he has special authorization from the president to audit and manage the executive branch, which is under his purview.
One of the big talkers, especially today, is the quote unquote buyout that people have been offered if they're in the federal government. Tomorrow's the deadline. Trump administration saying about 20,000 people have agreed to take that, but they're still looking for more. What are the chances that people will leave their jobs but not get paid? Because we still have to remember that Congress has only extended the pay for the government until March with that short-term spending bill. Where does that play in this when it comes to people getting their paychecks?
If they take the resignation, you're asking.
Yes.
Well, that's something that, is TBD. And as, Mark Warner, again, senator from Virginia, a Democrat who is, closely follows issues that matter to government and federal employees. I mean, he pointed out that there is no congressional authorization or appropriation for these buyouts. Now, it's 1%. It's, I think, 1% of federal employees have taken it, is what I saw reported. So 20,000 who are eligible. Can Trump find that money somewhere in the budget? Would he move it around to, make good on that buyout? I think he probably could. And let's remember, in the first administration, the first Trump term, he took money that was earmarked or was appropriated for military construction and tried to use it to build the border wall. So I think his argument would be, and the argument of his new OMB director, or who's going to be confirmed shortly as his OMB director, Russ Vogt, is that the president has authority to move funds between accounts to pay for priorities. So, but the Democrats say this is, this is not funded. I'm sure Trump will say we'll come up with the money for it. Bottom line is, if they don't pay people who took the buyout, would really undermine uh, Trump's and Musk's credibility if they try to, pursue similar actions in the future.
We just have a few seconds left. What else will you be following today and tomorrow? The news is changing by the hour, but what are you looking at when it comes to Trump's administration and Elon Musk?
Well, right now I'm focused on Trump's proposal that the U.S., take control of Gaza and, rebuild it and make it the Riviera of the Middle East, as he called it. That is a, very broad and bold proposal that's already getting pushback from Republicans on Capitol Hill. As far as, what Musk is up to, he's going to be at the center of the storm going forward. So one of the big things coming up is a government funding deadline, March 14th. Democrats will probably use that as leverage to push back against what Musk is doing now.
All right, Alex Bolton with The Hill. We appreciate your insight.
Thanks for having me.
And stay with us.